Hey guys, in this video I will show you the 5 best iOS emulators for Android. Alright, so let's begin with the video. Running iOS apps on Android is very limited because Apple doesn't allow true iOS emulation on non-Apple devices. Still, there are a few emulator-style tools and workarounds that people commonly try to get an iOS-like experience or test certain apps. Here are 5 iOS emulator alternatives for Android, with realistic expectations. The first one is TouchHLE. This is an open-source project designed to run some older iOS games and apps by translating iOS system calls. Support is limited, but it works for specific legacy apps. The next is Cider, also known as Cicada. It attempts to create an iOS-like environment on Android devices. Compatibility varies, and it doesn't support most modern iOS apps, but it's often mentioned as an option. After that is iEMU. iEMU is an older emulator that tries to simulate the iOS interface on Android. Development is limited and app support is minimal, but it can still demonstrate basic iOS behavior. Another option is appetize.io, browser-based. This isn't a native Android emulator. Instead, it runs iOS apps in a web browser. It's mainly useful for demos or testing rather than daily app usage. The last one is remote iOS access apps. These aren't true emulators, but they let you remotely control an iPhone or iPad from your Android device, giving access to iOS apps without actually running them on Android. It's important to note that true iOS emulation on Android doesn't really exist due to Apple's restrictions. Most options are either limited simulators or workarounds, so for full functionality, using an actual iOS device is still the most reliable choice. And that's it. So that's all for this video. See you in the next one. Thanks.